A fire at a Hamlet church is now being deemed suspicious. The Sheriff's Department seeking the public's help in identifying a breaking and entering suspect, the STOP Act that will help fight the opioid crisis in Richmond County, and more on today's edition of Live at 5, plus a special interview with the Celebration Foundation Committee that will be honoring Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s life over this upcoming weekend. All that and more on tonight's edition of Richmond County's Nightly News, and it starts right now. Good evening and welcome to your Monday edition of Live at 5. I'm Lance Jenkins. Tonight's show is brought to you by Todd's Computers. Todd's Computers is located in downtown Rockingham at 304 East Washington Street. From virus removal to data backup and recovery to smartphone screen repair, Todd's Computers offers it all. Visit them online at toddscomputerstore.com. Now let's get right to it. Now for tonight's top story. The main structure of Hamlet's First United Methodist Church on Charlotte Street, which is over a century old, suffered approximately $40,000 worth of damage from a suspicious fire this past Friday, January 5th. Hamlet Fire Chief Calvin White cited that the fire was, quote, definitely of a suspicious nature, end quote, and that the investigation had been turned over to the State Bureau of Investigation. According to Pastor Deb Wilkins, it appears something had been thrown through the window to start the fire, making it look much more than accidental. Methodist District Supervisor Ken Locklear, who was on site to meet with Wilkins to discuss options, indicated that this is actually the second fire to occur to Methodist churches under his jurisdiction in the last week. You can read the full story on richmondobserver.com and the free-to-download RO app. Captain Jay Childers of the Richmond County Sheriff's Department has asked for the public's help in identifying a breaking and entering suspect. Surveillance cameras captured images of a Caucasian male breaking into a residence in the Mizpah Road area on Christmas Eve. The homeowner was not at home at the time of the break-in. Captain Childers encourages anyone who knows the subject to call the Richmond County Sheriff's Office Investigations Division at 910-997-8283 or Richmond County Crime Stoppers at 910-997-5454. South Carolina native Aziz Ansari, the stand-up comedian and television actor who spent time growing up and attending Marlboro Academy in Bennettsville, South Carolina, nabbed big honors for his show Master of None at last night's 75th Annual Golden Globes. Ansari, whose father is a gastroenterologist and has an office in Hamlet, made history by becoming the first Asian male to win Best Actor in a comedy television series. Master of None, which Ansari is a co-creator of and airs on Netflix, follows the story of Dev Shah, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, clearly hadn't watched the show, but I'm going to check it out now, played by Ansari, as he transverses through New York City life. The show is set to shadow some of Ansari's real-life experience and released its second season last fall. Congratulations to him. This week marks the implementation of the recently passed Strengthen Opioid Misuse Prevention Act, also known as the STOP Act in short. As the Richmond Observer has provided continuing coverage detailing the state and local area's opioid crisis, Senator Tom McInnes, Republican of the 25th District, is a leading advocate in preventing opioid misuse. According to the NC Medical Board, the act is intended to reduce the supply of unused, misused, or diverted opioids circulating in North Carolina and improve care by requiring prescribers to use tools and resources that help prevent inappropriate prescribing. Limits on the number of days worth of opioids that may be lawfully prescribed upon initial consultation for acute injuries under the Act are now not allowed for more than 5 days, and following surgeries now not allowed for more than 7 days. The STOP Act does not limit the amount, however, of opioids that may be prescribed to a chronic pain patient. You can read Senator McInnes' editorial on the STOP Act, which he was a primary sponsor for, published today on richmondobserver.com and the free-to-download for Android and Apple devices RO app. When we come back, folks, we'll be talking to members of the MLK Celebration Foundation Committee, a committee that was formed in 1984 once Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. had a national holiday declared in his name. We'll be talking to members of that committee and all the events that they have going on this upcoming weekend when we come back from this commercial break. Stay tuned. Family Pharmacy is a local pharmacy that's been in business in Rockingham for over 10 years. Located in the Food Lion Shopping Center on US 1 North, we have easy access into the store and a drive-thru for your convenience as well. You can download the official Family Pharmacy app at myfamilypharmacy.com, and we'll help you set it up to text you when your prescription is ready, and you can even set it up to fill your prescriptions when due. Our motto is we'll treat you like family, and it's something we truly mean. We take the same care in filling your prescription that we would take for our own family. Family Pharmacy, we'll treat you like family.
McNair Auto Sales is the place to buy your pre-owned car, truck, or van. To be the best, it takes big selection, friendly staff, and great pricing. We guarantee a no-hassle buying experience, and financing is available right on site. So come see us today. We're located at 1026 East Broad Avenue in Rockingham. And remember, with over 40 years of experience, you know McNair is the name you can trust.
And welcome back to Live at 5. I'm Lance Jenkins, and we're back in studio now talking about this upcoming weekend's slew of events. I mean, it's a ton going on this weekend, put on by the MLK Celebration Foundation Committee, and I am honored right now to be joined by a gentleman who actually was one of the founders and organizers of that committee years ago, Mr. J.C. Watkins. Mr. J.C. Watkins, certainly glad to have you in studio today.
Good to be here, and thank you for inviting us to come.
Absolutely. This is a lot going on this upcoming weekend. I know you guys have got to be excited.
We are very excited because we started out in 1984 when this was declared a national holiday by the Congress of the United States. The only celebration, the only person that has a national holiday, Martin Luther King Jr. And so we thought we ought to do something to celebrate. And we organized a small program over what then was Rockingham High School that night, and that was the first celebration. The next year we probably expanded. I think we had a little luncheon at a building downtown, and then that grew into a larger luncheon out at the high school, and we outgrew that space and went on to a church hall, and we outgrew that space, and it's been growing. And we started adding activities, other activities to it, which now is a whole weekend celebration. And we're just glad that the people of Richmond County support this celebration. We look forward to it, and we hope that large numbers will come out for all of the activities we're going to have.
Absolutely. We'll be talking about those in just a moment with other members of the committee and planners of the weekend. I want to ask you this. Obviously, it's special, I know, to you that you've been a part of this from the very beginning to see this grow like it has. How special is it for you to see your home area here in Richmond County? Oh, we got the phone ringing. We got folks calling about the event right now. They're calling us to find out what's going on.
Probably so.
So let me ask you this. How special is it for you to be able to do this here in your home county, Richmond? You said you were born and raised in Rockingham. How special is it for you to honor Dr. King here in your home county?
It's real special because the things that Dr. King stood for have been very helpful to me. Because before this was a national holiday, I could not even vote in Richmond County, and because of what he did. And we got the voting system open up to all people, I was able to vote. And my first vote was in 1946 when I voted in the national election. But the year before that, I went to my precinct, and they told me I couldn't vote. And they told me I couldn't vote because white folk had been running this thing all along, and I did not need to vote, and they would not let me vote. And it was only in 1946 when I got married and moved to Rockingham, I voted at the precinct right down the street here. And it made headlines in the local paper the next day that 2 colored people had voted in Rockingham.
Wow, and of course we have certainly made a lot of progress since then, and for the better, that's for sure. Mr. J.C. Watkins in studio with us, and he was one of the organizers of the MLK Celebration Foundation Committee that is putting on this event, many events rather, this weekend to honor the life and the legacy of Dr. King and his tremendous accomplishments, how he bettered our country. And Mr. Watkins, it's certainly been a pleasure to have you in studio.
Thank you very much for inviting us.
Absolutely. When we come back, we will be joined by other members of the Celebration Foundation Committee telling us about all the things going on this upcoming weekend to honor Dr. King. Stay with us. We'll be back right after these messages.
I'm Kelly. I worked at Champion Ford for 2 years.
6 years.
3 years.
1 year.
I've been at Champion Ford for 13 years.
1 whole year. 15 years.
I'm Jamie and I've been at Champion Ford for 12 years.
I've been here 8 years.
Champion prices, champion service, champion experience.
Get treated like a champion today at Champion Ford. Just down the road from our prices, championfordlincoln.com.
We are Champion Ford.
Willow Tree Antiques and Gifts is all about rustic home decor and gifts. You will always find a variety of unique antiques, vintage, and new items in our shop. Come and see our selection of housewarming, new baby, and wedding gifts. For the man in your life, we have many collectibles, Boker knives, and leather. And ladies love the jewelry, purses, candles, hats, and t-shirts. We also offer a 30-day layaway program. Come and experience shopping at Willow Tree Antiques and Gifts.
And welcome back to Live at 5, and I am excited now to be joined by the members of the committee that we were just mentioning to, or at least some of the members of the committee, the Celebration Foundation Committee that organizes what a really wonderful weekend that is all set for this upcoming weekend beginning Friday to celebrate the life and the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who certainly made some tremendous improvements to the way our country operates. And we're excited to have you all here today. We just heard a really touching story about how voting rights became something that was not an issue anymore after the life of Dr. King. It became something that everyone could do. And of course, that's the type of thing that we'll be celebrating this weekend with a slew of events that y'all are going to tell me about, and I'm excited. The theme this weekend is Never Lose Hope, Unity Wins, and that was certainly a theme in Dr. King's life and legacy. And of course, now I'm excited to be joined by Mr. Curtis Ingram, who is going to tell us a little bit about the gala this Friday night. Really exciting event coming up Friday night, I think, that everybody's going to enjoy.
Yes, the gala is a social event that we'll have this Friday night. It's from 8 to 1 a.m. And it's an event that actually it was the last event added to the gala on the gala committee, and something we added for the young folks to get the 25 to 45 age range kids. So we have something to do for everyone, and it's a social event to come out to have a good time.
Absolutely. And of course, that's set for this Friday night at Liberty Place, 214 East Washington Street, and it'll run from 8 to 1 a.m. What does it cost to get into the event?
$10, a $10 donation.
$10 donation to get into the MLK Gala this Friday night, and that'll kick off a big weekend. And I'll be talking to you in just a minute about something else. But we're also joined by the Reverend James Smith Jr. You'll be telling us a little bit about the prayer breakfast. That's going to kick off Saturday morning. And of course, that's been a part of this weekend for some time, hasn't it?
From the beginning.
Absolutely. Okay. And so tell us about where that's going to be and what folks can expect.
It's going to be at First Health Richmond Memorial here in Rockingham Hospital. We are privileged to have the institution and their Chief Executive Officer, John Jackson, who allows the hospital to provide it for us at no charge. Just come and enjoy yourself and have a little early morning fun. And we hope you will be with us and have a good day.
And that'll be a very nice prayer breakfast to kick off the events on Saturday. And then, of course, the commemorative parade and march. And Mr. Ingram, you'll tell us about that. That is coming up at noon on Saturday. Is that right?
Yes, that's starting at noon. And this year here going to be the first year that we'll have our local law enforcement actually going to speak. And that's with unity, showing unity within the community, along with law enforcement, showing that Richmond County, we all is one.
Certainly plays into the theme of unity that we talked about a minute ago, and that'll be exciting. Of course, Miss Angeline David will be telling us a little bit about the youth extravaganza, but not only that, something that's really kind of going on starting Thursday, I guess, all weekend, and that is the poster and essay contest that will be going on this upcoming week. So you got a lot to tell us about. So where do we begin? You want to start with the youth extravaganza?
We can start with the youth extravaganza, and we do enjoy our youth. We work with all the youth in the county, and we want them to come out and just enjoy themselves and let us know what their talent is. Talent is what it's all about. Who never ever knows when you can be on an awards show, as we have seen this week. And also we want to just look at our youth and see what their talent is with their essays and posters. That means that they'll use their own minds, and what their theme is, unity, never lose hope, and unity wins. And also Martin Luther King, when King was there, that's what he wanted our youth to understand and us to understand as our own person. So we want our youth to come out, to make your own drawings as far as in your mind what it tells you, that never lose hope and unity wins. And we do thank you all for everything, you youth, that you're all doing for the county.
We certainly appreciate that, Miss Day. And of course, I was greeted with a hug as soon as I got here from Miss David, and I sure appreciate that. Best hug I had all day. And of course, that'll be ending the Saturday activities. And of course, want to talk to you about Reverend Smith on Sunday. There's an event at 7:00 p.m. The ecumenical service that'll be coming up Sunday evening. Tell us about that, sir.
Well, the ecumenical service brings us together as the unit of what drove and was the driver behind Dr. Martin Luther King. He was not only a community worker, but his basic profession was a clergyman. And he has provided much to us to mimic throughout the years that we can do and live his dream. And we're still living his dream. Things happened today was prophesied in many of his sermons as he preached several years ago.
Absolutely, and that'll be coming up Sunday night, 7:00 p.m. at First Baptist Church in Rockingham. And of course, we will be posting all this information. We had a big story last week about these events going on this upcoming weekend, and we'll be following up with a story. I know a lot of folks trying to probably keep up with all we're saying. We will post it again on richmondobserver.com and on the free-to-download RO app for everyone to see this week. And then, of course, Monday, an event that has been, I think, a part of this for many years, and that is the luncheon. Will be held at 12 noon, and I'm joined by Mr. Bruce Standback now, who's going to tell us about the luncheon coming up the Monday. That will kind of be the culmination of a wonderful weekend.
Thank you so much. Yes, we will conclude all of our weekend activities with our annual luncheon, which will be held on Monday morning at 12 noon at the Sidney Grove Agape Center in Ellaby. And we are fortunate this year to have one of our own, Mr. Wayne Goodwin, who is the chairman of the Richmond, North Carolina Democratic Party, to be our speaker. This is a major event for us. We usually have around 500 people at the luncheon. It's a wonderful time, wonderful event.
Absolutely, and of course, thank you for that. And you can clearly hear, if you're watching this, that there's quite a bit going on this weekend to honor the life and legacy of Dr. King. And I have been excited today to be joined by members of the Celebration Foundation Committee that started as you heard earlier, in the early 80s when Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day became a national holiday. And of course, this event has grown tremendously over the years, and y'all have done a fine job putting it together this year. And I want to say one more thing, too. I was joined, I actually got a chance on the day it started snowing was the day I met Mr. Ingram, formally. And I learned about this. I said, we got to have him in the studio. I'm really gracious that y'all came in today.
Thank you for having me. Great to be here.
Folks, thank you. And remember, you can see all of this on richmondobserver.com and the free-to-download RO app. 12,000 people have downloaded that app, and they'll be able to see all that's going on this upcoming weekend for the MLK celebration put on by the Celebration Foundation Committee. God bless to you all, and thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Folks, stay with us. We will be back for more news, weather, and sports right after these messages.
At Richmond Community College, we prepare you for a high-skill, high-paying career in a variety of fields. From business to education, engineering, utilities, healthcare, criminal justice, information technology, and human services. At Richmond Community College, we can save you thousands of dollars on tuition through our university transfer programs that provide a seamless transition to universities and colleges throughout North Carolina. At Richmond Community College, we are always developing new courses and programs in response to the communities we serve. We offer day, evening, and online courses, and you can now complete 5 curriculum programs entirely online. At Richmond Community College, we believe in helping you prepare for a better life. Richmond Community College. Local college, big impact.
And welcome back to Live at 5. Folks, want to mention that Reverend James Smith Jr., who we actually just interviewed, will also be the Grand Marshal of the events this weekend. He'll be appearing and be honored at all the events on the schedule this weekend. Remember, you can go to richmondobserver.com and the RO app to see a full list of the events we talked about in the interview. Hamlet Fire Rescue was paged to a single vehicle accident on Sunday at 1:05 p.m. on McDonald Avenue near Betty Brooks Boulevard. The vehicle was a red Kia Soul, with the only occupant being the driver. An eyewitness stated, quote, "After bouncing off the embankment, the driver was thrown from the vehicle," end quote, as it continued to roll multiple times before stopping in the middle of the road, resting on its roof. The driver was transported to a local hospital by Hamlet Rescue with multiple lacerations. There is no word at this time of the driver's condition. Certainly our thoughts and prayers with them, and that's brought to you by accident reporter Harold Dawkins. The calendar states that May 2018 is still a few months away, but the Richmond County Relay for Life planning team is set to officially kick off this week for the big event. Persons interested in the event, those that chaired teams last year or those considering teams for this year for the first time, are invited to the kickoff meeting tomorrow, Tuesday, January 9th at 6:00 p.m. at First Health Richmond Memorial Hospital's cafeteria. Fundraising for the 2018 local campaign runs until August, but the annual Relay for Life marquee fundraiser is set for Friday, May 4th, 2018 in the parking lots of Richmond Community College, most notably Cole Auditorium. For further details about the planning meeting or being on the planning committee, visit relayforlife.org/RichmondNC or contact Cameron Whitley, American Cancer Society Community Manager for the local district at 910-334-0207. Folks, when we come back, we will talk about weather and a notable honor that some local physicians received. We'll be talking about all of that when we come back right after these messages.
Exit Realty Platinum in Rockingham has listed one of the most beautiful homes in Richmond County. Located in Rockingham on Ledbetter Lake, the home features 4 bedrooms with bamboo floors and a kitchen featuring stainless steel appliances and granite countertops, and a master bedroom that overlooks Ledbetter Lake, along with a spacious tile shower and the attached master bathroom. The open living space leads to the back deck with a perfect view of Ledbetter Lake, and the property features its own boat dock. Want to see this beautiful home? Call Nicole Hayden with Exit Realty Platinum, your source for homes in Richmond and Moore counties.
With hospice, you guys just outdo yourselves every day. And I really appreciate it. I honest to God don't know what I would do if it weren't for you. The things that you do, I'm in approval of. And thank you. I don't know what else to say other than thank you.
And welcome back to Live at 5. Congratulations are in order for two Sand Hills emergency physicians named Nurse of the Year, and that's Will Buffalo, RN, and Marlene Perrin, RN. The Nurse of the Year is chosen from among all of the emergency department nurses in the 4 First Health hospitals staffed by the Sand Hills Emergency Physician Specialty Practice, including First Health Moore Regional in Pinehurst, Moore Regional Richmond in Rockingham, Moore Regional Hoke in Rayford, and Montgomery Memorial. Matthew Harmody, MD, Medical Director of the First Health Moore Regional Emergency Department, said, quote, "The voting this year was so close that it led to having 2 co-winners who are both exceptional nurses. We're fortunate to have them working at our emergency department," end quote. And that's it for your news tonight. And of course, now it's time for weather. Let's talk about the 5-day forecast. And I think conditions are pretty much tropical compared to what they have been. Kelsey, what do folks have to look forward to this upcoming week for their 5-day forecast?
Well, Lance, I'm glad you asked, but first things first, today's 5-day weather forecast is brought to you by Richmond Community College. But yeah, I'm very happy about this weather because it's literally tropical, like you said. So starting with Tuesday, it'll be a high of 56 with a low of 36. Wednesday, we'll have a high of 55 with a low of 43. And then starting with Thursday, which has a 90% chance of rain, has a high of 61 and a low of 56. And then Friday, which has the highest high, is a high of 70 with a low of 47 with a 40% chance of rain. And then Saturday has a high of 45 and a low of 29, which is the lowest, but it's still much warmer than it has been. And I'm very happy because I still have 3 inches of snow. I don't know about you guys, but I still have a lot of snow in my yard. I really want it gone. I've never really liked snow that much, but other people like snow, so, well, yeah. Other than that, let's move to Lance to close the show.
And that's a wrap for your Monday edition. And I mean, it was jam-packed, folks. What a wonderful, wonderful edition we had tonight. Lots of news going on, as well as the upcoming MLK Celebration Foundation Committee's slew of events that they have going on this upcoming weekend to celebrate Dr. King's life and legacy. We appreciate you joining us for the Monday edition. Remember, you can, I bet you didn't guess, you can watch Live at 5 on richmondobserver.com, the RO app, the Facebook page, and the YouTube channel for the Richmond Observer. And we're going to be making some major announcements over the next 2 weeks, folks. Just the first mention of it. We look forward to bringing that to you right here on Live at 5. We will be breaking some pretty big stuff over the next couple of weeks, and we're excited to do it. And don't forget, Good Morning Sand Hills, the morning radio show that will launch literally 2 weeks from today. On Monday at 6 o'clock a.m. We'll be talking about that in the next 2 weeks and more. So folks, join us again tomorrow night. We'll do it all over again, bring you, Richmond County, your nightly news. So long.